Now I'm here with Britta from VR Distribution. Britta, can you tell me how's your PAX going so far?
PAX is insanely busy so far. It's been really awesome. Again, like last year, we saw a tunnel of people walk straight through video games, beelining for tabletop. So it's a great sign for our industry and our community. And it's been pretty flat out ever since the gates opened, basically.
Looking around, there is quite a few newer games that you guys are showing off. What's some things that people who have been enjoying and have been playing a lot of?
Yeah, so we have been focusing on newer titles this year. Last year we had a lot of classics, some of the popular games. This year we decided that we needed to sort of get to the sort of level of Essen and have some pre-release games available. So we've got quite a few of those, which obviously people are very excited about. So Tickets to Ride Legends of the West is the new legacy game. We have that pre-release version here for people to try, and that's been a non-stop table. Everyone's been really excited about that. We've got Lacuna by the CMYK, so that's a very simple two-player game, another pre-release. Again, I don't think I've seen that table free. It's like very surprisingly addictive. It's a beautiful game, and people have been enjoying that. We've got Perspectives by Matthew Dunstan, an Australian designer. That's a pre-release copy. It's coming at the end of October. And that's a game I'm really excited to show more people tomorrow when we have Matthew on site, because it's just a game that you have to play to like fully appreciate the experience. It's not a game, it's an experience, and I'm very excited about that one.
What do you think should happen in the next year with VR? Do you think we're going to see the growth of again?
Yeah, so I do hope that we start building more experiences for tabletop games at PAX. So it's normally just been, there's a lot of video game stuff. You get video game celebrities and things like that coming, and so normally for tabletop it's just been to the library, the free play area, and things like that. So we're trying to create more of a destination for tabletop, so for board games at PAX, to try and grow this space, I suppose. We don't want them to keep closing us off. We would like tabletop to in fact expand. And so we've started to do things with designers where we've had them on booth. We're also organising panels for them. We have media as well to try and get the word out there about what we do offer at tabletop. So you can expect definitely a lot more of that from our side of things at PAX in the future years, where we're just trying to create more experiences rather than just free play, basically.
Britta, thank you very much for giving us an insight on some of the hot games that VR has showing off at PAX.
Thank you very much.
Now I got to try Star Wars Unlimited, which is an upcoming TCG, obviously, about using the Star Wars theme. So I played a quick game, and what was kind of interesting about it is you're playing on two different battlefields. You've got sort of the ground forces and then the space forces. It does have a lot of the mechanics that you would see in other popular TCGs, but the way that they've integrated it with the theme works pretty well. I liked how that you're trying to defeat your opponent's base. In this sort of demo, obviously it was a quick game. We just saw the basic decks, but there was enough in there that I'm like, okay, there's stuff to this game. So I'd be keen to see what they add to add complexity and add to the experience. Now I'm going to play Heat Pedal to the Metal, which is sort of one of the new hotness games in America that's only just making its way to Australia. It's a racing game where you're using a deck of cards to race around the track. If you shift up or down, which lets you play more cards, you gain heat to your deck, which clogs it up and isn't helpful. I got to play a quick demo of this, and I was sort of really excited to see the mechanics, and I could sort of see what people are talking about of there is that risk factor of like, how far do I want to push my car that I'm going to clog up my deck, and then have to sort of downshift to try and get rid of that. So I was already seeing that in action in just the quick demo. So I'm excited to see what else there, because I know it has some other modes. This is a game that I very much want to check out. Now, I really loved Unmatched as a head-to-head card-driven fighting game where movement and your resources, the cards that you have, are quite tight, and it's also down to the wire. They've taken that head-to-head nature of the game and put it into a co-op for Tales to Amaze, where you work together to try and beat bosses and mini-bosses. Manage to play a turn or two of the game to get a sense of it. And I can see what they're trying to do. It does feel pandemic-esque in that the bad guys will try to spread out over the board, their tracks, that they'll get more and more threat, and you've got to try and contain them. So it was interesting to see how they've adapted the Unmatched head-to-head system into a co-op, but I think I prefer the game as a head-to-head fighting game. The final game I got to play at VR was Ancient Knowledge, which is a card-driven engine-building game. You're in society trying to build monuments and increase your knowledge. As you play a monument, you're playing it on a sort of a sliding scale of timeline. And you might be getting, as you play a monument card, you might be getting knowledge on there. Which you thought, great, I'm getting resources. Wrong. It's dangerous because as your society starts declining, if you've still got knowledge on those cards, you lose points. So there's a bit of a race element here that you might build something that's going to get you points, but it comes with a cost, which was really cool. It also had, it's an engine build up. Cards bounce off each other and effects bounce off each other as you I could slowly start to see that during the demo, that it always said, okay, this works with this and this works with that. And I was getting a good sense of the game. And I'm like, this is a game I really want to explore more because I feel there's a lot of different interactions with the cards that I only got a glimpse of during the demo. Now, those are the 4 games I played from VR distribution. I enjoyed them all, but I really am curious to play a full game of Ancient Knowledge and really stick my teeth into it. But man, Heat looks like a really fun racing game that I'm keen to play as well.